Hello and welcome back to the channel. In today's video I'm going to be sharing with you how to make this stylish dress with a ruffle sleeve and a gypsy gathered skirt. So if this is something you like, please don't forget to hit on the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and if you haven't seen the cutting or drafting tutorial, please check that on the channel. So with that, let's dive right into today's video. So first, here is my pattern which I've already cut out, and I added ½ inch round it. So this ½ inch I added, I already cut this out when we were also drafting the tutorial. So I'm going to open this up, and for this side I added ½ inch on this part, and by the side I did not, because we have already added our sewing allowance. Now I'll go ahead to join this, but before joining this I'll be cutting out the wording for it. So if you're using a light fabric, you can go ahead to iron essay to your pattern. So I'll go ahead to cut the part that I'll be using for the wording part of my dress, and I'll place and then use this to trim or cut out for my wording. So for the wording, the part that is going to the side, I'll only add ½ inch in front. So I don't like adding ½ inch on top of my wording, because you're still going to trim it out or notch that part. So at the under bust, trim exactly what you have there. So the reason why I don't add that ½ inch on top is because to avoid having any bulkiness on top of your pattern. So this is what I have, and I'll iron. You can also use an already made cup, you can use a bra foam, or you can use a thicker wording. So I don't have much bust, so I prefer using light wording. So here I'll go ahead to place this, and I will be cutting this out, and I'll go ahead to add by the side, and I'll cut out the rest of this pattern. Go ahead to place this. So I'll use my same pattern to cut out the lining, and on the lining I'll be ironing an stay. You can also iron a gum stay to it. So after I'm done ironing this together, I'll just go ahead and stitch this up with ½ inch. So now we move to the side. I've gone ahead to add ½ inch all the way around, but I didn't add by the side of the dress because I've already added that when we were cutting. So you also use the same pattern to cut out your lining. So for this, I made a strip which I'll be cutting for the loop, and for this loop I'll be using 2.5 inches for each loop that I will be making. So depending on how many loops you want to make for the back. So now what I'll do is to go ahead to place my tape, and I'll mark ½ inch first, then I'll go ahead to start marking 1.5 inches. So after I'm done marking that 1.5 inches, the last one I had to use 2 inches, because I don't want to add any extra loop at the lower part, because I'll be turning it up. So now I'll go ahead and pin all this loop that I have made on this part of my dress, and I'll pin it all the way to the lower part. So after I'm done pinning, this is what I have. Now you're going to stop stitch on it, or you leave it this way, and then bring your lining and you place the lining on it this way, and then stitch it down. So while you're stitching this part, make sure that you double stitch it like twice. This is to avoid the loop from pulling out. So I'll stitch with ½ inch all the way around. So just like I said, you can just stop stitch before sewing or turning your fabric round. I'll repeat this at the other side of the back pattern also. So this is the ruffle part of the sleeve. When we were cutting this out for the drafting tutorial, we actually cut it out, and I said I was going to stitch it up with ½ inch. After stitching it up with ½ inch, make sure that the joining is at the back. So you're going to be stitching with ½ inch and then stitch another ½ inch. This is to create a boning case, a case to pass your elastic or fabric, so that after you're done sewing, you're just going to drag it and have this effect. So I'll also repeat this at the other side, and now we'll bring out the front pattern. After I'm done joining, this is what I have. So I'll bring out this ruffle sleeve, the material I'm going to use. So I made this strip of fabric, just like I said when we were cutting this. I prefer using fabric for my own, because an elastic might expand with time, and then you have to go ahead to loosen the dress again to pass it. So in cases like this, I prefer using an elastic. So after I'm done passing it, I'll just go ahead to pin it down very well and stitch at both sides to hold it down. So this is what I have after I'm done dragging it out. So now you're also going to fold it this way and pleat and top stitch, and also repeat this at the other side. So after I was done stitching it down, this is what I have on both sides. So now I'll use the lining to turn this up, and for the lining I ironed stay. So when I was ironing, it got burnt, the stay got burnt, so I had to replace it with another one. So I actually used the same fabric I used for the dress as my lining, but at the center piece of the front, my material finished, so I had to go ahead and use another fabric that is close to the material to finish it up. So now I'll go ahead to pin this all the way around, and when you're pinning this, make sure that your sleeve is inside your dress, because you're going to top stitch, you're going to sew round your dress, and you're going to make an opening to bring it out by the side. So after you're done pinning, you're just going to go ahead to stitch this all the way around, just like I said, starting from here to the end, and make sure that your ruffle is inside and you'll be leaving a space to bring it out. After I'm done sewing, I'm going to go ahead to notch round my dress. And after I'm done notching it all the way around, I will go ahead to turn it from this side that I left the opening. So from here, I'll go ahead and fold it in and top stitch. So this is how the inside of my dress looks like, and next we'll be bringing out the side. So I'll be passing boning on this side. So I forgot to mention that I created a boning casing after the loop at the back, so I'll be passing my boning. So at the end of the boning channel, you're going to leave about 1.5 inches or 1 inch, which will help you fold in your fabric this way, and you're going to top stitch on it. This is to have a neat finishing at this point, and then repeat this at the other side. So after I was done sewing, this is what I have. So when we were drafting this dress, we added 1.5 inches sewing allowance to the dress. So we have already turned the dress with 1/2 inch, so we are left with 1 inch. So I'll stitch this down with 1 inch by the side, and I'll go ahead to place the sleeve, the ruffle sleeve, and I will top stitch it down. This is what the upper part looks like, and we'll move over to the down part of the dress. So to start, here is the band of my skirt, which is about 2.5 inches on fold, and to get the band of your skirt is your waist circumference measurement, which is 28 inches, plus my zipper allowance of 1 inch on both sides, which will make it 30 inches. So I will cut out the excess, and if you notice, I ironed a stay underneath it. So I'm going to go ahead to fold it into two, and I'll notch the center. So the next step I'll take is to bring the first gathered part of the skirt, which I've already sewed a gather stitch on it with my needle and thread. You can go ahead sew your gathers on the machine. So I notched the center initially. So if you did not watch the drafting tutorial, please go ahead to do that. That is where you're actually going to see how we cut out the lower part of the skirt. And also at the ending parts, I notched the center both at the upper part of the skirt and the lower part of the skirt. So now I'm just going to go ahead to place this, and I will gather it and make sure that one side of the gathers matches the waistline that I have on the skirt band. And there are different ways of attaching your band to the skirt, so I'm just using the easiest method, that I'll just sew directly on it with 1/2 inch. So this is like the easiest and beginner friendly method. So after you're done sewing, you're actually going to be weaving this out to make this neater, and you're also going to repeat the same process on the other side of your skirt. You're also going to pin it down. So if you're having issues pinning it down, go ahead to pin from the side, the back side of the skirt, so that you can adjust the gathers on the skirt. And I'll just go ahead to pleat it down. So after I'm done pleating it, I'll be running a stitch on it. That is, I'll be joining the band to the skirt with 1/2 inch. So after I'm done stitching it with 1/2 inch, this is what I have on the skirt. And next, you're going to trim out the excess, and we're going to be joining the lower part of this skirt. So also on the drafting tutorial, I also mentioned that if the upper part of the skirt is 2 yards, you're going to use about 4 yards for the lower part or more. So this is because of the gypsy effect at the lower part. If not, the upper part will be a bit fitted. That is, you're going to gather the starting point or the joining point of the skirt, and then you're going to spread the upper part of the skirt. I don't know if you understand. And then you're going to use the gathers and you're going to place on it. So if the upper part and the lower part is equal, it's not going to give you that fitting. It might end up turning out a bit tight, and it will not give you that flare effect. So the whole point is that the flare on the lower part of the skirt should be twice the measurement of the skirt part at the upper part. And you're going to gather the upper part of the lower skirt, and then you're going to place the upper part open, and then you're going to be pinning it down. So this is like the hardest part of this skirt, because you're going to take your time to do this. If not, the upper part of this skirt will not come out very well. So you're going to pin to the end, and you're going to be sewing it down with 1/2 inch. Also, when you're sewing this skirt, you'll be sewing from the part that has the gathers, so that you know exactly what you're sewing. If not, if you sew from the upper part that does not have any gathers, you might be having issue, or it might not turn out very well. So after I'm done stitching with 1/2 inch, that is, if I go over to the sewing machine, after stitching with 1/2 inch, I'll fold this over this way and stitch it down with 1 inch, and then attach my zipper to the upper part of the dress. So for your zipper space, you're going to be leaving about 7 inches after your band, and you're going to attach your sleeve. So after I'm done sewing, this is the final look of the dress. If you find this tutorial very interesting and educative, please join us on our next video, and thanks for supporting my channel.